When Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones 4 years ago, he looked good for somebody 54 years of age. Now 4 years later, looking good isn't going to cut it. Why? First off, Jake Paul is active. The original date for their fight was set for July 20th and was postponed because Mike had health issues. While Mike was dealing with an ulcer flare-up, Jake fought anyway and won convincingly by a knockout. Jake has fought 11 times since turning pro in January of 2020. Other than the Jones exhibition, Mike's last fight was 19 years ago in June of 2005. Even then he was the shell of his former self. Advantage, Paul. Skill. Jake's improving every fight. He's more relaxed in the ring, he's putting his punches together, and he has better footwork. His improvement has been stated by boxers and trainers alike, but many boxing fans dislike him so much they refuse to acknowledge it. Still, Tyson's credentials don't even need to be stated. He is light years ahead of Paul's skill level. Advantage, Tyson. Power. Jake Paul has a serious right hand that sleeps people. 7 of his 10 wins were by knockout. Even so, he's not going to equal Mike's power. Mike is one of the hardest punchers ever and has scored 44 knockouts against a much higher level of competition. There is no amount of weight Jake can gain to change this. Advantage, Tyson. Speed. Paul has decent hand speed, and despite the fact that Tyson had some of the fastest hands in heavyweight history, I doubt at this age he'll be as quick as the younger man. And if so, it will only be in the early rounds. Advantage, Paul. Conditioning. This will most certainly be in the favor of the younger and more active fighter. The possible exception being if Jake really comes in over 230 pounds in an attempt to match Tyson's strength. This will seriously cut into his cardio, and if Mike has actually given up his favorite pastime and gets through his training camp injury-free, it may flip. Advantage? It depends, but I'll go with Paul. And now we come to the most telling category, age. A prime Tyson would obviously crush Paul in under 30 seconds, but a 58-year-old version is a different story. Years ago, a 30-year-old would be washed up, and now through nutrition and a more scientific approach, fighters are competitive at 40. But Tyson's pushing 60. Is it really possible to turn back the clock at that age? I would like to add there's been some rule changes that may play a role in the outcome. It will only be 2-minute rounds instead of the normal 3, and 8 rounds total instead of the typical 10 rounds for a fight of this magnitude. This is 16 minutes of fighting as compared to 30. I feel this is an advantage for the older and less active competitor. They are also wearing 14-ounce gloves compared to the normal 10 ounces that would be used in a heavyweight bout. I feel this gives an advantage to the slower and stronger fighter. I feel these two conditions are to Mike's advantage. Will it be enough to ensure a Tyson victory? I hope to God so. Anyways, what are your thoughts?